Nurse Fashionista. It is Saturday, 2021, y'all. Hey, y'all. Listen, this is just an impromptu live. I've been looking at y'all comments and y'all questions, and a lot of moms have been asking me how I'm doing it, how it's a struggle. They've been saying that I know it's a struggle, and they've been saying how they don't know how to do it, and they just need some assistance, and asking me how I've been doing it. So I decided to come on here and do a live. It's just easier this way. I was in the bed. I'm supposed to have been doing the twins' hair, y'all, but I had a little me time today, and I was like, dang, I should do a live, because I saw all y'all. I keep seeing y'all questions, and I keep seeing y'all comments, and how it's such a struggle, So I was laying in this bed, and I said, let me get up, because I'm going to still go back. Y'all know I always answer I always reply to y'all comments and answer y'all questions. But I knew I had to do a video on this, because this one young lady asked me let me see, I wrote it down in my journal. She asked how I manage. Hey, Happy New Year. She asked me how I manage to get it all done, expenses all done, like on one income. I understand, girl. Listen, I understand, because it's only one income over here. I don't have no child support. Okay, I have a child support case on my oldest, who's 16, but listen, I ain't got no money. And I don't have child support for the other three. So therefore, it's just me and my little income. So I figure I need to come on here and talk about that real fast. Also, I had some other moms say how they struggle because they have no babysitter, which I understand. That is my issue. But shout out to my sister, number one. My sister, my baby sister, all my sisters, I have two sisters, they hold it down. But my baby sister really been holding it down for me these past weeks. And another girl said she have 3 kids, and it's a struggle. Get all the child support you can. Girl, but how can I get the child support when um he don't even pay? Well, the other one, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that for the other one. I just don't feel like dealing with all the struggle, all the not struggle, all the drama. I don't feel like all that. But I've been thinking about it ever since I got laid off in September and all that good stuff like that. It wasn't good, but I've been thinking about it. And then somebody else asked me on my video about the work from home jobs. I put that up maybe a couple of months ago, and they was asking were they still hiring. Well, those particular people, I don't know if they're still hiring, but I did just get an email from a company. It was a whole bunch of RNs. They needed RNs. It was a bunch of companies hiring RNs, work from home jobs, and it was like 3 or 4 LPN jobs, but they were for different states. And you have to work in those states. So like those particular jobs weren't asking for compact license, because I see that a lot of them are actually asking people. They're going to have people come back on campus or wherever. Like they're going to have them come back after the pandemic. So they're not like going to be indefinite, going to be um work from home jobs. So I just wanted to make sure that was clear. But the purpose of this video, like I titled it, was because I want y'all to know how I've been making it thus far, all these months on one income and on unemployment alone. And it has been a real struggle. But I know, I'm not going to say I think, I know it's because of my faith that I've had with trusting God. I know for sure that's where y'all make sure y'all hit a like too when y'all come in here. So, people I know y'all like these kind of videos. But it's been a struggle, but I know with my faith that's what has gotten me through. So for one, as soon as I got laid off September 4th, I got a phone call. You have to go back and look at that video. Thank you for the light. Um, Man, it was a struggle. It was hard. I didn't ask for COVID. Nobody asked to get COVID. And so I was like, this some messed up junk. You know, um, I want to say something else, but my granny be watching my videos, and she was like, you need to watch saying freaking all the time. And I was like, yes, ma'am. But like it's been messed up. So anyway, so I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to do what I have to do and I'm going to get unemployment. So then I started also thinking about all of the skills and talents that I have. And I always talk about that. I did a video on that in May, actually, talking about ways that healthcare workers, if you're a doctor, nurse, CNA, MA, nurse practitioner, how we all can make some money as medical professionals on the side. And it all came down to using my skills. So y'all know I'm mom, nurse, fashionista. I love fashion. I used to resell clothes a year ago. I was doing it in 2019 and it slowed down once I got my job at Florida Blue, and then the pandemic started. So everything kind of slowed down because I couldn't go like get my clothes and stuff like that because I was working all the time. So then it kind of slowed down. But then when it started with me getting laid off, I used that as a supplemental income. So I had that money coming in, and then I started doing my career services, my career coaching, which I talk about in my other videos, where I started helping nurses. It's for anybody. I will help anybody with resumes, revamping their resumes, coaching them in how to get a better job. A lot of people don't know, like, you got to go in there in these interviews and tell them what you want and what you need because they don't know us from Adam and Eve. So they just looking at our resume, but you got to let that light shine, let your personality shine, just be real with them. Don't let your nerves get the best of you and you go in there and kill these interviews. And that's how you get these jobs, because I stopped doing all that being all shy stuff. Like, I be real, just like I'm being with y'all, but I'm also professional. But I act like I know the people and I'm not being phony. That's just who I am. So that's what I do, right? So I stopped doing that. I started doing that, and I saw the difference in my callbacks from jobs and getting, job offers and all that. So that's what I did to supplement my income, y'all. And then let me tell y'all, when I used to teach my students, when I was a PCT instructor, I was real as I am with y'all. I had a lot of, I probably had, in all my time I taught, I probably had one guy. So me and these ladies, we used to sit here when I wasn't lecturing and we used to just talk about life and talk about stuff. And I used to tell them, you better use every resource. Yes, I'm a nurse and I've been a nurse for 9 years, but at the end of the day, I'm a single mama. You hear me? And so, like, back then when I was teaching, my twins was babies, so I was getting WIC, and I always talked about WIC. I tell people about WIC, period, point blank, because baby, that's formula, milk, juice, eggs, vegetables, fruit, bread. Okay, so all the healthy stuff you could get, cereal, oatmeal. So use every resource. So if you're a single mama, even if you married, use every resource. I got WIC. I was on Section 8 before. I don't care. I don't care about people talking about the government and using the government. Hell, I work at the same time. Like, if I can get me some kind of resource to help my pockets and help me and my kids, that's what I'm going to do. So that's what I did. I have done that. I had food stamps. That's what I do. That's what I do now. As soon as I got laid off, you think I didn't apply for food stamps? You going to give me some food stamps. Okay? I'm not finna sit here and be acting grand. You hear me? Because at the end of the day, my kids got to eat. We in a pandemic. Food is scarce. These kids eat you out of house and home. Them twins are eating so much, they are growing, but I'm not complaining because they was 2.9 pounds and 3.1 pounds at a time. So I sit here and I'm like, hey, I write down what I need help with. I had somebody tell me about, y'all know how they giving money for rent, and they do that. They have programs in every city and state, and they giving money, and the city is giving you money to pay your rent. Now they're not going to do it continuously like every month, but I did that. I'm not finna be sitting here and acting spotty, y'all. That has never been me. I have never been like that. I'ma always keep it real. And that is how I have been surviving. When I first got COVID in June, the end of June, when I got in July, when I saw I was still sick for weeks and I knew I couldn't go back to work, I called all my bill people. I called the car note people, the car insurance people couldn't really help me out too much. They just kind of pushed it back. And so I was like, okay, well, I had money saved up. So I'm like, okay, I'll use that. The car note, they was like, that's fine. You could skip a month. I called the rent people. I'm like, hey, this is what's going on. I'm sick with COVID and I'm not at work right now. And they was cool. My rent people been cool since July, and I have paid my bills, of course, but I always let them know what's going on with me. Anybody I owed money to, I called them and I made payment arrangements. So make payment arrangements with people. Don't feel like, what's the word, y'all? Like, don't let your ego get the best of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, call these people and let them know what's going on. Even if you don't have COVID, even if you have a job, but if you're struggling, let them know and use your resources. And Jesus asks for help, because no elimination. What you mean, no elimination? But listen, I had to ask for help. Shout out to my oldest, cause my oldest be holding it down too. Now with me working and I do different hours. I be doing night shift, day shift, whatever I can get. And my oldest been holding it down. If you got some older cousins that be wanting to babysit, maybe you don't got no money. My granny don't believe in paying your family to babysit your kids because that's what family is for. But time's a little different. So if you have a little extra coin to get them, or hey, I pay you in this, or hey, can you babysit my kids for me so I can work? And then next time I babysit your kids, or I do something for you, something in exchange, okay? That's another way. But I started once I had the twins, y'all. I had to learn that I had to ask for help because I had a hard time asking for help because I figured I'll do everything myself. Okay. And that's what I had started doing. So let your ego go and like ask for help, especially if you having babysitter issues. If you don't, have family or know people. I have friends. I've asked this one girl, she a travel nurse, and she actually takes her son. She a single mom, and she's a travel nurse case manager, y'all. I didn't even know you can do that. And she takes her son with her, and like I asked her, how do you do it during the holidays? Because the daycares be closed. And he's in the daycare there where she does her travel nurse, and she works 8-hour shifts. And she told me she had to make friends. And she was like, I was like, but how do you trust people? She was like, girl, I be scared. I be worried all the time. But she was like, you have to do what you got to do. You got to work. She was like, so I make friends. And my son, know her son is like 4. She was like, my son know what's up. He know how to talk and tell me when something not right. But I have to do what I have to do. So that's another thing you can do. I know it's a girl on Instagram that I follow. Single Black Motherhood is her name on there, Kim, and she always talk about that, like making friends where you are. She live in a city, like she don't have no family, in a state where she don't have no family, and she had to make friends and meet other moms. And so like they take turns, like that Tyler Perry movie, that Single Moms movie, how they came together and they was friends and they started keeping each other kids. Like that's the kind of stuff she encouraged single moms to do. So I encourage that a lot too if you don't have a great support system, because I know everybody don't have good family and friends, to help with their kids. But those are some things you can do. That's how I've been making it. Like I use every resource I can, and I just stop being in my feelings and I ask for help, because at the end of the day, we got to survive and we got to take care of our kids. That's what you got to do. So to answer those questions, and then I did have a lady ask me a question about HEDIS qualifications. So you I got my job last year, my HEDIS job. It wasn't I never had worked a HEDIS job before, but I had a lot of experience, prior experience in a home health office. So like I worked for a home health agency um as a telehealth nurse, and then I worked in a home health agency as a clerical, as a unit, not a unit coordinator, but a clinical coordinator under the director of nursing. So I helped do stuff like that, and I learned a lot, y'all, because I was behind the scenes in a home health agency. So that helped me with my experience. But really, they're just looking for experience. Like you're an experienced nurse, you have to have at least a year experience. Now let me tell you something, you're gonna have to do that doggone Excel. They make you do this Excel, Microsoft Excel test, and it's so weird and tricky. I had my mom help me do that because you use Excel in HEDIS, but it's the spreadsheets are already made up. Uh-oh, sorry, y'all. The spreadsheets are already made up. So I really don't understand like why they make you do the training. I guess they want to make sure you got an overall knowledge of Excel. Make sure you understand Microsoft Word. I had to do a Microsoft Word test. It was easy though. It was tricky because the way they so anyway, sorry. But anyway, so to answer your questions about HEDIS, don't go pay these people. Like they do have people out there, which I think is smart. I think it's real smart. If you're a HEDIS expert and your side hustle is training people how to do HEDIS, I think that's freaking smart. But I honestly don't think that you need it because they trained us. I mean, we started the end of January and we probably didn't work on our own till March. I want to say the beginning of March, and we still was able to ask questions. Even the people, the nurses that been in HEDIS for years, they say because HEDIS change every year. Like I know 2021 HEDIS is going to be different from last year. It's some things that they're not going to be doing this year that they did last year. So every year is different. So it's okay to ask questions. We all nurses. Everybody's helpful. It was cool, the people that I work with. So that's to answer your HEDIS questions. Do y'all have any questions? because I'm just so happy to be back on here. And I'll come back on here and talk about my job that I have now, but I'm actually trying to find another job. It's been such a freaking struggle, y'all. It is such a freaking struggle around this mug. Trying to like have these kids. I have to take them to school and pick them up. And the reason why I do that is because I want a peace of mind, y'all. I went through a whole hell of a lot of drama. Y'all know I don't even come on here and talk about like drama in my life. I don't do that because that's not what my channel about. But at the same time, it's about motherhood, and we have drama, and you know you have baby daddy drama, and like it is what it is. Hell, I don't care. This is my channel, baby. This is Lorna Brown, the Mom Nurse Fashionista channel. Okay, so anywho, because of that, and because I enjoy my peace over here. Yes, girl, we do. We have, and because I love my peace, y'all. I'm not. I just have the way my life is now is the way I want it to be, and so therefore I'm like God will help me figure things out far as working. Like I can't work where I want to work because then I have to make sure I got to get these kids to school by a certain time, and then they're getting out of school, you know, like 3. Then I got to pick all 4 of them up. Thank God I only have to go to 2 schools now because of where I'm located at now. So I don't have that issue like I did in the past. I had like 3 different schools on 3 different sides of town. Had my granny helping me take the twins to the daycare. Had my daddy helping me take the others to the school. Thank you, Tania. And let me tell y'all about this right here. Y'all are so inspirational. Y'all don't even know. Like I've been having some crabby days and some messed up days, and I just be wanting to stay in the bed and I don't want to work. But then it's like, well, your lights ain't gonna stay on, girl. So you gotta get up. And you know, my kids gotta eat, and I gotta be a mama. You know how that go. But when y'all give me these kind of inspiration, and when y'all comment on my like if y'all follow me on Instagram, it's the same name as it is on here. It's the Mom Nurse Fashionista on Instagram. And when y'all in my DMs and stuff, and on Facebook, Lorna Nurse Brown is my name on Facebook. Like that junk just touches my heart. Y'all have no idea. It just touched my heart. It keeps me going for real because the same way I like try to pour into y'all and inspire y'all, like y'all do the same thing for me. And I really, it's just so appreciative. I'm just so appreciative for real. So y'all the real MVP. But if y'all that particular mom, I'm gonna let her know that I put this video up, so hopefully she'll see this. But share this with your other moms, because that's how I've been doing it. I'm gonna also do like a mom series of going back to school and how I did it going back to school, because a lot of people ask me that too, like how I worked and went to school, which I have a lot of videos up under my playlist. I think it's in either nursing school or nurse life playlist, and I talk about how I did that. But like financially, y'all, I just be getting it the best way I can. And the number one thing I did last year, y'all, I had saved. Like I saved my income tax. And y'all know we got our little stimmy, that first stimmy in April or whatever. I saved that. Well, that helped me move. But then like my job, it paid really good. He just pays real good, y'all. Like they start off like 27 up until like 40, well, almost $40 an hour, depending on like if you're an LP and an RN. So it is good money, but you know it's not, it's contract work. So it ends like after 5 months or 4 months. It just depends. But I was tight with my money because I just kept having this feeling the whole year, like up until, of course, up until I got sick. Something was like, girl, don't be out here splurging, like save your money. I'm so glad I did, because who would have known I would have been off for 2 months, almost 2 months, and not working with no, because you know I didn't work, so I didn't have no income coming in when I was sick. And then I go back to work, and guess what? Hoo-hoo, they call me, we're gonna have to let you go, you know, bull crap. So anyway, you know, I'm glad I had a savings, because that's what helped me, y'all. I had saved up. So to that mom, I know saving is hard. Saving was so hard, especially when my oldest, it was just me and my oldest back in the day, and I was making like $200 every 2 weeks. No lie, 198.41 was my check, and I have to talk about that, how I did it. But that was a freaking struggle too. But so coming from back in the day like that, I learned how to save. I learned how to really save. I learned how to be very, I'm doing a live thing, so you're going to have to go out. I'll be coming. So yeah, I learned how to be very like disciplined with my money and everything. So y'all, you just have to be strict. I know it's hard and stuff, but you know, go get you some like this. You know, this I was in a health store and they had this little cute little cheap wig right here for $10. You know, and y'all know I love to go to the thrift store and I love me a clearance. So that's that's how I keep a. That's how I do a lot of things like. This cute little vintage Victoria's Secret robe right here was like $3, y'all, from the thrift store. Okay, like yeah, I just that has always been me. It had nothing to do with being a budget, trying to budget. I just love to get things for the low, and so that's what has helped me also stretch my money. So yeah, you know, be real intentional when you're using your money and budget and save and use all your resources that you can. Ask for help so that you can work and get out of your head, put your ego to the side. That is what has helped me make it during these times, especially this year, these last 4 months, 5 months, and the whole time I've been a single mama. Cause ain't no ring on my hand. All right, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all share this video. And I will see y'all soon again. I will see y'all like real soon. Between working and stuff. And I'll be tired, man. But I'm a try to come back on here in the next couple of days or in the next week, okay? All right, y'all remember, don't let your adversities, oh God, y'all, what's my saying? You know, never, whatever you're going through, don't let your adversities make you look like what you're going through. Always look good no matter what your adversities are in life. That's it. All right, y'all have an awesome Saturday. Enjoy your evening. Bye, y'all.